ভাইয়া একটু
সো
এই
ইয়েস,
ফাইলটা আমাদেরকে আপলোড করতে
এই
পারবো, এই
ফাইলটা
যে?
নেই আপনাদের কাছে?
না,
না, ছিল তো। ও, ও ও না, সরি,
গভর্নেন্স এন্ড
আপনাদের ক্লাসে তো
কমপ্লায়েন্স।
হয় নাই। হ্যাঁ, আপনাদের ক্লাসে হয় নাই, সরি।
হয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, দিয়ে দিছি। সো in the final class in the GRC module, we already done this two GRC class. So we'll cover policy, compliance, and business continuity, planning, and disaster recovery. So familiarize yourself with these topics, activity around the Gale Corp scenario. Suppose at the end of the class, we explain how organization use policies and procedure to formalize standard of right and wrong, use governance framework to determine which policies an organization must develop, explain how business continuity, planning, and disaster recovery ensure business and mission critical function in the event of disruption. So let's review. We have three class, just two class review. Day one, we discuss the structure of security organization and the importance of a strong security culture. Day two, we discuss introduction, threat modeling, and risk analysis. And today we discuss, we'll cover governance, compliance, and business continuity, planning, and disaster recovery. What is the governance? So governance, this is not a government. This is a governance. Governance is a is concerned with codifying and enforcing proper behavior and operation. So governance is the field which standard of right and wrong are established and enforced. So this is the called a management, big management and upper management who maintain, who make you proper enforcing. So this is the called a governance. And what is the compliance? Compliance is about enforcing the policies necessary to meet those standards. So তাহলে আমরা যদি এটা এক্সপ্লেন করি একটু, যে গভর্নেন্স হচ্ছে যে আমাদের মূল ম্যানেজমেন্ট, যারা পলিসি রেডি করবে, যারা পলিসি মেক করবে, যারা সবকিছু কোনটা কোনটা রাইট কোনটা রং, এই জিনিস যারা তৈরি করবে, তৈরি করার পরে আহ, এবং একটা কমপ্লিয়ান্স হচ্ছে যে সেটাকে এনফোর্স করবে এই পলিসি মিট করার জন্য। এই পলিসি যে যেন আমরা যে গভর্নেন্স যে পলিসিটা আমাদেরকে দিয়েছে সে পলিসিটা সঠিকভাবে মিট করার জন্য। সো দে দিস ইজ দ্য কমপ্লিয়েন্স। So knowledge of governance, compliance, and BCP and DR is crucial for all security professional. Most of what security professional do is mandate by governance policies and subject to compliance audit. So আপনার দিস ইজ দ্য ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। এখান থেকে সিকিউরিটি প্লাস এক্সামে প্রচুর প্রশ্ন আসবে, এবং দ্য ইম্পর্টেন্ট ফর ইউর future life, when you are starting a job. This is you understand governance, compliance, and risk management. This is a very important. How to you behavior, how to you compliance your um, cyber security journey. So this is the very important. And today class will cover the following topics: codifying rules with policies and procedure, using governance framework to guide policies decision, risk management with an IT organization, BCP and DR, describing BCP and DR recommendation for an organization. So codify rules, policies, and procedures. So let's recap. So the week by developing a training plan to improve Geld corporate security culture. This training plan was meant to protect the organization by changing employee behavior. So the training exercise defined what employees should do when faced with suspicious link. In the word, it defined the right behavior. So a rule that define the right behavior is called a policy. Organization use policies to define a standard for behavior and operation. So এগুলো কিন্তু সাইবার সিকিউরিটি এক্সামে আসবে, হ্যাঁ, যে রাইট বিহেভিয়ার, হোয়াট ইজ দ্য কল্ড রাইট বিহেভিয়ার, হ্যাঁ। So this is the called a policy. So each individual policy is just on rule. In practice, organization will have many policies and therefore many rules to support a given goal. For example, a company must have many security policies in place to protect its data. So guideline. So guideline for which kinds of policies an organization should have in place are called a governance framework. So governance framework describe what a company must do to remain compliance with federal regulation and industry standard. So define, we explored this concept, define defining formal policies of Geld Corp, uh, assessing with assessing what use data collected by Geld Corp is subject to the General Data Protection Regulation (GDRP) and Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard (PCI DSS). This is a very important for credit card, debit card standard. And GDRP, General Data Protection Regulation, is for Europe standard and determined whether Grail crop data collection practice are GDRP and PCI compliance. So using organization goal to define policies, you develop your training plan to setting a goal and determine the necessary steps to achieve it. The training plan prescribe a specific rule that employees should follow. For example, do not click on link to domain outside of the corporate intranet. So you make a one rule as a corporate. So you should be, everyone should be maintain this rule, and then this rule is an example of policy which is a course of action process by a business. In this case, the rule specific a download policies. And then goal, what is the goal? The goal of the defining and implement a new download policy was to reduce complete employee click-through rate to less than 5%. In other words, the business implement policy as a mean of achieve this goal. So এটা কি বুঝছেন? This is the framework, policy and framework. Thank you. So such business goal often drive the development of policies. There are two general categories of business goal. One is internal. This is the policies. What is the policies? Policies is a rule and that define the right behavior. This is the policies. And governance and framework define the policies an organization must have in place. So policies inform standard for behavior and operation. Organization must use this framework to remain compliant with federal regulation and industry standard. So this is the policies and governance framework. So this is the very important this word. So you memorize or understanding this policy and governance framework. And such business goal often drive the development of policies. There are two general categories of business goal. One is internal and volitional, volitional, and another in external and imposed. What is the internal? Internal policies and goal. There are target that the business sets in its own interest. For example, an organization might aim to reduce long-term security expense to less than $400,000, and external imposed policies. These are target that the business must hit because it will suffer consequence if it does not. So, for example, including requiring merchant to handle all credit card transactions securely or face legal consequence if there is a breach of computer customer PII, personal identifiable information as breach. So this is the policy, two type of policy. One is internal, one is external. So what is the internal objection or objective and policy example? So suppose we want to reduce unauthorized root level logging incidents on domain control to zero. So this is our plan. So an organization that adopt such a policy would hand it off to the IT team, who would be responsible for determine how best to implement it. One possible implementation is to require all domain administrator to use strong password and force them to create a new password every month. So password policy internal objective, we have a password policy internally. So this is our planning, reduce unauthorized root level logging. So for this reason, they make a password policies. A password policy might require the administrator create password. So what is the policy? At least 16 character, your first policy, and then at least one letter and one number, at least one a special character, no portion of the administrator username, require monthly update. This is the policy. This is the your company make a one guideline. So you follow this policy. So additional the password policy could require the password do not certain any portion administrative username. These are very important because we are suppose we using always trying to name in our easy our area name or our administrative name or our company name. You never ever use this. So a strong password are create every month. This is the very important. This policy define a clear standard of behavior. Administrators are expected to follow very specific rule when creating password, which their computer will enforce. These rules are especially designed to achieve the goal of reducing the incidence of unauthorized root level logging on domain controller to zero. For example, a confidential document, suppose this is the confidential document. So they write down these policy make a domain administrator password policies. This document lays out a password policy for domain administrator. Purpose, what is the purpose? The purpose of the implementing a domain administrator password policies is to reduce the incidence of unauthorized root level logging and domain controller. So the organization has prioritized this objective in the interest of protecting the integrity and confidentiality of data on the corporate intranet. So policy description, how do they make a policy description? Domain administrator will be required to create a new strong password every month. So this password must not including any substring, substring of the document domain administrator username. So they make a policy and they send this email or letter to all employee. So at least 16 character, at least one letter, one number, at least one special character. So and then also they, for example, they send this what is the good password, and also example what is the bad password, illegal password. So all workstation on the corporate domain have been configured to force administrator to adhere to the above password complexity constraint and refresh interval. So no compliant password will be rejected by the operating system. So all attempt to log in a domain administrator, both remote and local, will be monitored. So this type of document, when you are starting your job life, then this type of document you make and send this your whole company employee how to you make a policy and how to they follow your policy as a cybersecurity governance or compliance, follow everything. This policy still does not guarantee a strong password. So, for example, many password is easily crack. So this is the suppose if you write down any easy password, so this is very illegal. So you can always trying to a strong password. But easy to crack, it is up to policy developer to determine whether a policy is secure enough. So always trying to you a good policy. Any question? তো আপনাদেরকে আপনাদের টাইম এখন 20 মিনিটস অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট শেষ ক্লাস অ্যাক্টিভিটি স্টার্ট নাও 9:30 we'll back 9:50 and everyone trying to finish this activity.
If server is okay?
No need server.
No.
Oh,
For the
server is okay. Yes, server
assignment.
is okay. Yes, server is okay. So you connect already logging?
Yeah, I just tried now, but it's the same IP or different?
No, different IP.
You have to share me different IP.
Different IP. I already shared this Slack.
I think I didn't get.
You can check is live. Anyone share this IP to Anuj Giri? This new IP, how to connect this SSH?
This is the 97, 107, 131, 185. That's the new IP.
Yes,
This is for everyone?
yes.
Okay.
So you already send this your IP to me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I already configured this. What is your
My
ID?
computer IP?
No, what is your ID?
Jet9. Jet9.
No, Z9, I think I am not configured.
Yeah. No.
Can you send your IP?
Okay.
ভাইয়া এখানে হোয়াট ইজ কাস্টমার PII?
পার্সোনাল আইডেন্টিফাইবল ইনফরমেশন, মানে পার্সোনাল ইনফরমেশন গুলো আর কি পিআইআই।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
Personal
যেমন
identity and information.
হ্যাঁ, কারণ হচ্ছে
আচ্ছা
এটা এটা হচ্ছে যে আমাদের সোশ্যাল সিকিউরিটি নাম্বার, আমরা যে হসপিটালে যাই,
ও
আমাদের যে ইনফরমেশন গুলো।
হুম।
এগুলো কিন্তু পরীক্ষা আসবে, সিকিউরিটি প্লাস পরীক্ষা সারাক্ষণ এগুলো আসে। হ্যাঁ, অনুজ অনুজ, ক্যান ইউ প্লিজ ট্রাই?
You send me the IP?
Yes, this IP is 97.107.131.185, this IP. So you just trying to connect, okay?
It's 97.107.131.185.
Yeah. ওকে, আপনারা এটা শেষ করেন দ্রুত। হ্যাঁ হয়েছে। হয়েছে সবার?
Almost.
So একটু anyone just share the screen and please. What is the policy? What is the solution? How are you planning? Welcome, salam. Anyone share screen? Okay. So Obaidur Rahman, bhai, please share your screen and explain what is um,
এন্টি টিলগেটিং পলিসি হচ্ছে আসলে আহ, আমরা করতে পারি, ভিজিটর বা ওই যে এমপ্লয়ি যারা, তাদেরকে সবাইকে কার্ড ইউজ করতে হবে মাস্ট।
mhm.
এটা করতে হবে। আর এটার জন্য এনফোর্সমেন্ট হচ্ছে সিসি ক্যামেরা রাখতে হবে, সবাই করতেছে কিনা, সবাই এটা পলিসি মানতেছে কিনা। আর মনিটরিং হচ্ছে অ্যাকচুয়ালি এটা বুঝতে পারতেছি না মনিটরিং কেমনে করবে।
Okay.
এখানে তিনটা জিনিস দেওয়া হয়েছে আর কি মনে হয়। একটা হচ্ছে এন্টি টিলগেটিং, তারপরে হচ্ছে ট্রেডিং অ্যাপ্লিকেশন যেটা আপটাইম পলিসি, আর আরেকটা হচ্ছে পিআইআই, কাস্টমার পিআই কন্ট্রোল পলিসি। বাকি
প্রথমটা
দুইটাতে
বলেন,
আমি
প্রথমটা ওকে।
ওই দুইটা একটু কঠিন লাগছে। ট্রেডিং হচ্ছে আসলে ওই ভেন্ডর টেন্ডর তাদেরকে করা আর কি।
Okay. Anyone share?
ওকে।
কারিয়ার ভাই? শারিয়ার ভাই?
অনুজগিরি ভাই মনে হয় ওই যে লাইভে দিয়েছেন ওই পারপাস একটা ওই যে এন্টিটি গেটিং এর জন্য। হুম, ভালো লাগছে না এটা ওই যে এনফোর্সমেন্ট পলিসি মনিটরিং এ বলতেছেন যে সিকিউরিটি ক্যামেরা রিভিউস এন্ড অ্যাক্সেস লগ অডিটস ইনসিডেন্ট রিপোর্ট ট্র্যাকিং টিল গেটিং অ্যাটেম্পটস আমরা এগুলো
Anuj, please explain.
Yeah, for this scenario, actually we can differentiate this scenario into two different parts. The first one is the anti-delegating access control policy, informants, and monitoring. So in anti-delegating access control policy, employees must not hold or open the door for other people. So only authorized people who have their IDs, so only they are intended to enter inside the premises, and the visitor must do proper documentation in the reception area, and the monitoring, all the security camera should be in working condition so that they can track each activities of all the employees. Incident reports tracking and delegating attempts, regular employees awareness and training should be done. All the compliance must match. Yeah, I think these are some policies
thank you.
that we can implement.
Anyone have any question who don't understand what is this policy, what is this so just using the template, last number 2, using the template, you just fill out these policies, just write down its purpose and description, enforce monitoring, just you write down and then send these all employee. Habib bhai.
My question is, you said every time the new policy comes, we'll write a description and send it to all the employees.
Yes.
Is our purpose to make this a policy, or like governance will tell us to make this?
Every time you change the policies by and send all to your office, but you need first governance, follow the governance governance policy, and then make you as a cybersecurity engineer to make your design. First, you always trying to follow your governance. What's they need. Everything you should be passed by governance. You understand?
So this is the way we usually write down, like purpose, policy description.
Yes.
That's how it is.
This is the one format, and then you write down, and then you send this your governance. Governance said, okay, this is the good, and you circulate, and then you circulate whole office.
Okay.
And this is the very important in Security Plus exam. This type of question is coming. Also,
How
So
should come
okay.
from here?
Enforce. Okay, enforcement means to act upon action, right? To implement.
yes. Who make a enforcement means suppose police.
How will implement?
Suppose police. Suppose your suppose how to example when you go to the park, they have enforcement CU park enforcement park enforcement vehicle. They have one people is they are sitting there, means he enforce any kind of policy violation, any visitor, see, he trying to enforce this, comply these policies in park policy. So this is the enforcement. Okay. So time up question. Okay. So now managing risks in IT organization. Internal policies often support business goals such as guaranteed 99% uptime. However, business often have to follow rules that they don't necessarily set of themselves. Such a rule may not directly benefit the business, but rather may be mandated by regulator, laws, and industry standard. So, as information security professional, it is important to understand the distinction between laws, regulation, policies, guidelines, and framework. All of this will help guide you decision making process everything you do. So, what is the policies?
Set up of rules. That's a rule.
So, in here, governance framework are rules and policies that must be followed by everyone in an organization or industry. So, this is the governance framework. And governance framework have internal and external. They have two governance framework. So, internal framework is deployed by the company, and external is deployed by standard bodies or government. So, this is the different policies. One office, if you using this any rule, the internal they deployed by company, or any rule by suppose we live in the New York State, they have these each our area have own government. We live in Dutchess County, so Dutchess County has own government. So they make a rule, and everyone follow this guideline. Suppose every at least 6-inch grass acceptable. If any more than 6-inch, you should be and clean your property and nice grass the cart. This is the policy. They make a policy. If you violation, the policy may be 6-inch, more than 6-inch your grass, they give you the ticket. This is the external develop standard government policy. So governance framework, we have laws, regulation, policies, guidelines, and framework. So now we discuss this governance framework. So what is the policy? So policy is set of rule that information is standard for behavior and operation. I think you no need those remember and remember your brain, just you understanding what is this, and easily we can understand all things. So policy, so we can understand now this is the any information standard for behavior and operation rules. Policies example, what is the policies example? Two type of policies example. One is bring your own device buyout, and another is mobile device management. Suppose internal policy, they make a one policy, the name is buyout, is bring your own device. How do you bring, if you bring your own device in your office, how do you behave with your own device? Is a non-intrusive policy adopted by organization. Very, very important. This is when you go interview time, ask this question. And also Security Plus exam, this type of question is coming. So is a non-intrusive policies adopted by organization that is specifically define the acceptable use of non-company owned device. So device reference is in this policy, including personal owned device such as desktop computer, router, switch, test, measurement equipment, and weather equipment. This is the called a BIOD. Bring your own device. And mobile device management. How do you behave when you using the mobile device management? In example of the restricted or intrusive. One is non-intrusive, another is intrusive. In your machine is non-intrusive, and mobile device is intrusive. So intrusive policies, that is a subset of BIOD policies. So mobile device management is an acceptable use policies related to a personal owned mobile device. Device reference in this policy including cell phone, laptop, and Wi-Fi hotspot. So just anyone give me the answers. Can anyone think of circumstance in which an organization would require an MDM policies? Anyone answer?
So when I tried to apply in many IT companies, I saw one proper description related with MDM management. They said that the people needs to have the knowledge of MDM system. So actually, most of the companies are providing this MDM devices to their.
Yes, MDM device for your for just when you work a remote job, so they send to use MDM policy.
একটু এমডিএম পলিসিটা আবার বলেন, এটা জিনিসটা কি? What is it?
MDM policy, when you start this job in remote job, so how do you behave with your mobile device, and what is your when you are starting the remote workforce, so how do you behave with your remote device? Suppose phone, cell phone, laptop, Wi-Fi, and pen drive. So how do you behave? How do you responsible and personal information you intrusive policy? This make a mobile device management MDM policy means এটাতে বাংলা বলতে গেলে যদি একটা রিমোট জব করেন বাসায় বসে, তাহলে আপনার জন্য যে ওরা একটা মোবাইল ডিভাইস পাঠাবে, কম্পিউটার পাঠাবে, ল্যাপটপ পাঠাবে, আপনার জন্য একটা পেন ড্রাইভ পাঠাবে কোম্পানি তরফ থেকে সবকিছু। সো এই যে হাউ টু ইউ মেনটেন দিস মেশিন, হাউ টু ইউ মেনটেন দিস দেয়ার কোম্পানি আইপ্যাড, কোম্পানি ল্যাপটপ, কোম্পানি সেলফোন, এই জিনিসগুলোই হচ্ছে যে MDM মোবাইল ডিভাইস ম্যানেজমেন্ট পলিসি। And when they send this your
It's the same as BIOD. MDM is the whole thing, and BIOD is, so I don't find any difference here.
বায়োড হচ্ছে
BIOD
হলো মেশিনটা আপনার মেশিন আপনি ইউজ করবেন,
Yeah, by your
আর এমডিএমটা হচ্ছে যে কোম্পানি আপনাকে সব
Oh,
রিসোর্স দিবে এবং ওই রিসোর্স গুলো ইউজের কিছু রেস্ট্রিকশন থাকবে। যেমন ধরেন আপনি আপনার ল্যাপটপে কোনো অন্য কোনো ইউএসবি পোর্ট ইউজ করতে পারবেন না, মানে এক্সটার্নাল কোনো কিছু আপনার ইচ্ছা মতো, বা পেন ড্রাইভ ইউজ করতে পারবেন না, আপনারটা
Oh, I
কোম্পানিটা ইউজ
understand.
করতে পারবেন। মানে ওই
Mm.
পলিসিগুলো ওখানে ইন্ডিকেট করা থাকবে যে আপনি
Okay.
this is the thank you Saiful bhai. So this is the MDM and BIOD. So এই policy গুলো they send to you when you are studying this job
কোম্পানির মেশিনগুলো কিভাবে ইউজ করবেন।
কিভাবে ইউজ হবে। And MDM basically now everyone sends with the MDM policy because they are working from home. So this is the very important. So what is the guideline? So a guideline is similar to a rule. Guidelines are issued by organization to make the action of its employees or department more predictable and presumably highly quality. So guidelines are not a mandatory; they are suggested mean to be followed by those to which they reply. And laws কি জিনিস laws হচ্ছে laws are policies where write a legal language vote on and passed by legi- legislation legislative bodies of government. So laws are enforced by agencies who are tasked with overseeing and monitoring the rules of law. So suppose one such organization is SEC, Security and Exchange Commission. They make a law. They are not a governance. They make a law. So governance framework codify a standard that the business should follow. In the United States, this framework come from a statute law passed by Congress, adopted by the SEC. The regulatory body in charge of the enforcing and proposing a law about financial instrument, stock, bond, option, etc., and protecting consumer from fraud. So in the 1990, the internet grew explosively, lending to the emergencies of cybercrime. During the 90s, the SEC worked with Congress to pass anti-fraud statute to discourage cybercrime. And anti-fraud state in our context is a law criminalize the use of technologies to commit a fraud. So since business in different industry manage different kinds of data, they must meet this obligation in different ways. So this is why there are different laws for different industries. You should be aware of some this, including the very important for different industries, different law. As a cybersecurity engineer, you know very well about this law you need, and you trying to read in online what is these details. First law is the Family Educational Right and Privacy Act, FERPA. So everybody knows this, the FERPA, when you study in university. So they have the law, protect the privacy of a student educational record. Parents or eligible student have the right to request that record be corrected if they believe they are leading or inaccurate. So this is the FERPA, and also this and cybersecurity engineer, they compliance and protect this FERPA or data. For the reason all university and school and college have need cybersecurity service, also need cybersecurity engineer to protect the data, FERPA. And then Gramm-Lacey-Bailey Act, GLBA. So Gramm-Lacey-Bailey Act is a required financial institution who provide consumer with financial products and service to provide a explanation of their information sharing practice to safeguard sensitive data. So they using the GLBA policies who bank, financial institute, land, and loan institute, and all credit card institute, credit card company, they follow this Gramm-Lacey-Bailey Act. So, and cybersecurity, as a cybersecurity professional, we maintain and we strictly compliance this Gramm-Lacey-Bailey Act. Then Federal Information Security Management Act, FISMA. So this is the framework of protecting government data, operation and assets against natural or man-made threat. Suppose this is our New York State government, and many websites have lots of data. Also, we have FBI, CIA, all data, federal government data, local government data, all data. They maintain this act, FISMA, Federal Information Security Management Act. So, as a cybersecurity professional, when we work with them, so we protect and maintain and should be follow these guidelines, FISMA. And this is the very well-known HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This is the very, very important is our now medical healthcare professional and medical company any. So they need and should and must be HIPAA compliance. So for this reason, they need lots of cybersecurity service, and only for this medical institute now lots of growing a MSSP for this service for HIPAA compliance. So regulated the flow of healthcare information and define how PII. PII means personal identifiable information. PII, this is a very important. আপনাদের সবসময় এটা লাগবে এই কথাগুলো। PII must be protected from misuse and theft within the healthcare industry. Any organization that collect, store, administrator, or provide PII is obligated to abide by HIPAA. This including such organization as the health maintenance organization, dental office, optometrics practice, and chiropractic office. So আপনাদের মানে যতগুলো medical, they have lots of medical related any office they compliance by HIPAA. So this is the good for news. So we have lots of job. So regulation. So what is the regulation now? We talked before. We talked with policies. Now we talked with regulation. So regulation are detailed in instruction of how to enforce law. So sometimes refer to administrative law, regulation are legally required and their application is mandatory. So legislative bodies pass law and government agencies create regulation that implement the law. Note the difference between law and regulation. What is the regulation and what is the law? So what is the difference? So law govern everyone equally. So law সবার জন্য সমান, everyone equally. You just understand. Law governs everyone equally. But regulation, what is the regulation? Regulation only affect organization whose operation are directly enforced by the regulation. Understand? Law, just I explain this Bangla, law only সবার জন্য সমান, মানে ল সবাইকে মানতে হবে, বাট রেগুলেশন সবার জন্য মানতে হবে না। যেই কোম্পানি বা যে অফিসে বা যেই জায়গায় আমি যাব সেটার ইনক্লুডিং সেটার যে ল থাকবে সেটা মানাটাই আমার জন্য হচ্ছে রেগুলেশন। সাপোজ হচ্ছে সক্স এবং GDPR, হ্যাঁ। Some of these more popular regulation within the information security including, so one is Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002. What is the Sarbanes? A result of the Enron and WorldCom scandal. Hold corporate office, board member, and executive management responsible if the organization they represents is not compliant with a law. Non-compliance including negligence and failure to implement any recommendation, precautions, due diligence and due care must be demonstrated at all times. So this is the one regulation and one regulator. So due diligence and due care. What is the due diligence and what is the due care? each word is very important in your cybersecurity life. So you thinking this is a very just theoretical, but in cybersecurity life you need this word. And when you talk to it, your management, you just using this type of word. Otherwise, they can't understand anything. So due diligence is, for example, when a company or individual properly investigate all of these possible weakness and vulnerabilities in order to fully understand threat. So this is the diligence. And due care, what is the due care? So due care, for example, when a company has done all it can responsible due to responsibly due to prevent a security breach, compromise or disaster, and has implement the necessary countermeasures such as security control. This is a safeguard. So this is the due care. All is regulation. Another regulation is called a GDPR. So GDPR protect the private data of all citizens of the Europe Union. This is the one regulation, GDPR. It's require organization that process data belonging to EU citizen to protect the data efficiently. GDPR regulation apply the organization based in EU as well as those based elsewhere that process data belonging to EU citizen. So when you, as a cybersecurity engineer, professional, you also work in EU as many companies, so you know very well about the GDPR. So you will learn more about individual regulation on the job, but the ones that you need to know specifically depends on the industry you work on. So can anyone just give the answer? What is the difference between regulation and law, Shahryar bhai? What is the difference between regulation and a law?
Law is applicable for everybody. Everybody has to abide by the law, and it is for everybody. And regulations is that um, um, they have to follow few rules and regulations or something like that. Like these are the things should be abided by. But laws is that they have to. It is for everybody. It is equally for everybody.
Yes, thank you. So anyone answer? Anyone add any answer?
Right. Is it laws is like passed by the legislative authority and regulations are the implementation, how to implement it, right?
Yes, a specific area. Regulation is implemented by a specific zone or a specific area. But
Yeah.
laws is everyone, every place. Suppose we live in New York State. New York State have lots of law, but this is not a maintained, not a for me. Okay, but regulatory any regulatory. Suppose we will go to the how to New York State healthcare office. So we maintain only when we enter this building, we regulated by healthcare law. We are regulated in this area only.
Mm.
Anyone question?
One question I'd like to add, like you said, one of the regulations like GDPR. So it is mainly for the European Union, like anybody from Europe or England, it is applicable for them. But how it affects the USA, like those companies which are affiliated with the US, or US is doing some business with European country, for that reason this regulation is coming, or it is applicable only for the specific? Just wanted to get some idea.
Because thank you for your question. So in cybersecurity, many company in USA now, many MSSP is growing. Big, also big company cybersecurity is mainly MSSP. So they are also working in Europe, USA and Canada. Also, they are starting the new business in Europe. So when someone hire you, so you know about the GDPR. So because they have this customer in Europe and England, so they also maintain this GDPR regulation. For this reason, this is a good everyone, and because Europe and USA is same structure, everything is same.
Okay, I get it now. Like when they are collaborating with each other from different countries, that
Yeah,
time these regulations they have to follow.
regulation we need this. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Jubair Taleb,
So, what is GDPR law? Is it like in US,
HIPAA,
like
as like HIPAA.
uh, uh, my question is, in US company, they can share our information, like iPhone, they can share third party some information, but you can't. Is that mean?
Um, this is the different law. GDPR only standard for Europe, not USA. So when you work in any company with they have customer in Europe and England, so you only maintain this GDPR standard. So GDPR regulation, you no need maintain in HIPAA. Same is HIPAA. In USA, we maintain is a HIPAA compliance, and same Europe and England maintain in GDPR compliance.
Yeah.
Just
What that what
protect the information in all PII.
is my question was, is this the in Europe, if I am a MSSPR from US, I cannot share their information to other person for this
No,
law,
no, no, never,
GDPR.
never, 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 never. So when you work in a Europe company, you have isolated only you work in Europe company data in there. You never ever share any information to US government and any US official. Suppose iPhone is US company, but they never ever government trying to some collect information from China iPhone user, but yeah, iPhone never ever showing their any information to US government. So this is the when they starting their business in China or Europe iPhone, so they maintain and uh, their own regulation. Europe and China or anywhere they're using the iPhone, they maintain their regulation. But this is the USA company, but USA company never ever disclose any information Europe any people into US government.
Or any other third party of
No,
their
never ever.
information.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
never ever.
which we always do in US, which is yeah. You actually US also need this GDPR, I think.
This is the USA basically uh, all private company they maintain this GDPR, and government company have different compliance. So for this reason, many times Facebook and many big giant company they're going to the Senate, and Senate trying to disclose all information, but they are not willingly never ever disclose any information other country due to GDPR and other country regulation. So what is the standard? How to we maintain this standard? So standard are published. Specification used to establish a common language and technical criteria across an organization or industry. So, for example, merchant that process financial transaction are legally required to comply with PCI DSS to help guarantee that their customer data remain confidential. If the company suffer a breach that result in the disclose of the customer PII, they may have to pay large fine or face other legal penalties. This is a very important. If they disclose your information to other company or any government, so you can make a sue this company and make a million dollar fine. This any compliance break any company. So risk management framework, the risk management framework RMF is a set of standard developed by National Institute of Standard and Technologies. This is the USA government. This is very important for our cybersecurity industry. This is the called a NIST standard. So RMF is explicitly covered in the following NIST publication. So the NIST publication, they have the two standard specific publication they write down. If you go to the NIST website, when you then you see this publication. What is this? Their framework. First is one 80037 R2 framework, risk management framework of information system and organization describe the from RMF certification and accreditation process, and a special publication 80053 security and privacy control of federal information systems and organization describe a structured process for selecting system security control and integration that them as part of the organization risk management program. A properly implementation information security framework allow security professional to more intelligence manager break cyber risks within this organization. So NIST framework, they make a federal agencies. This is the government, our US government federal agencies framework, NIST, in the United States of Department of Commerce. So NIST mission is to develop and promote standard measurement and technologies that enhance productivity, facilitate trade, and improve quality of life. Since 2014, the NIST cybersecurity framework they published has provide guidelines of critical infrastructure so organization can better management and reduce cybersecurity risks. And at the core of the framework is set of the action and enable a specific outcome. The framework core isn't a checklist. There is a provide a set of key cybersecurity outcome to work towards. So the core of the framework including 4 function. So one function is a function element, 4 element. One is function, another is categories, another is subcategories, and informative reference. So what is the function? Function is namely identify, detect, response, and recover aid in expression of cybersecurity risk management by organization information that enable risk management decision. Function also align with current methodologies for incidents management. And categories, you write down these categories, what type of categories there are in the subdivision of function group according to cybersecurity outcome that are closely related to specific needs and activities. Example including detection process, access control, and access management. So then another subcategories is called as subcategories. These divided categories function into a specific outcome of a specific activities. The result of this subset lead to the achievement of outcome with each categories. Another categories is informative reference. These are a specific section of guideline, standard, and practice that describe method for achieve outcome in each subcategories. So next we will take a look at how an organization would implement the adopt of the NIST framework. The following image scenario, the following image contain a snapshot of the security control categories from the NIST framework, response RS and RC. So what is the NIST framework? Suppose an organization has just recovered from an attack. It must now consider what it can do to mitigate this attack from happening again. So this is the function. So we can write down this RS. Response RS. This is the RS means respond. So and it was category is IAM and so subcategory is IAM1 and when any attack happening and how do you mitigate. So you write down and you follow this NIST guideline. They make a solution. So the organization decide to incorporate a lesson learned as a part of its incidents response. It will adopt an informative and security control from the improvement categories of the NIST RMF with the subcategories RS IAM1. This is they write down all solution, how to you mitigate any before incidents and how to you respond. So NISTCF scenario improvement. So this is the RS respond improvement. Organization response activities are improvement by incorporating lesson learned from current and previous detection and response activities. So response plan incorporate lessons learned. So how to respond. So there's the category they write down. This is the improvement details. How to they improve everything. So organization response activities are improved by incorporating lessons learning from current and previous detection response activities. So one improvement respond improvement have a subcategory. So they have a RSIM1. This is the subcategory for improvement and subcategory RSIM2 for improvement. So they how to they mitigate. They write down everything response plan, incorporate lesson learned. So informative resource. So they have lots of resource how to mitigate these risks. Remember, the RMF is set of the documents that define best practice. This is the called. This is the just make a document. They have no basically they have no purely a solution. They never solution anything by practical. They the theoretically they explain what was and now how do you mitigate. An organization may voluntarily follow this to efficiently manage in cybersecurity risks. So setup we have a next activity. So you will play the role of the security consultant for a new online auction company, e-auction. You are tasked to determine eauction.com security posture before the business is launched. So you will accomplish this by conducting an interview with CEO of eauction.com. Your instructor will play the role of CEO. I'm just playing the CEO in this company. As a class, you will each develop one question and eauction.com security posture and take turn interview the CEO. You ask me a question and then I will give you the answer as a eauction CEO. So set up next activity. So assign number 1 and 2, 22. This number will correspond of NIST categories. We just show this NIST website, then you can understand what it is.
Harmay, I have one question.
Sure.
Like, yes. So normally for the NIST, we cover the 853 for cybersecurity framework and NIST 837 for risk management framework, RFMF. Yeah. So when we are mitigating some attacks, so definitely we also consider the risk factor also, right? So doesn't it comply with the both the rules like 853 and also 837? Um, like
Comp
you shared one slide uh, in the beginning where the different categories, subcategories, and then you have given lastly that in which NIST framework this will be covered. So my question was not after this one, the next one. Yes, this one. So here at the last, they were showing that NIST 853 revision 4. My question was, when they are mitigating some attacks and then they are giving the different recommendations. So that time, they don't also consider the risk factor also, because that is the NIST 837, what I could understand. So
So this is the basically they mitigate the solution as a guideline of NIST 853. 853. This is the security privacy control structure process for an organization to select system security control and integration them as part of the organization risk management. Okay, so there's the regulation and follow these 853 regulation, how to you mitigate and how to follow this solve this issue. And they may you always trying to follow this regulation. So how do you maintain this and mitigate this issue? So they make a every time this type of regulation and this time respond RS this response and mitigation, how to mitigation and they you also using this NIST this framework 80053 in this attack when the scenario how to attack this one organization has just recover from the attack, and then this attack how to they mitigate this uh, mitigate is they make a uh, regulation and follow this 80053 regulation. So, and solve this issue. And for this reason, NIST always day to day the publication all problem, all regulation every time. Suppose this is the one CVE1 attack. So they so this is the cyber security framework using the সবাই দেখছেন?
জি
জি
So this is the NIST regulation, government regulation, how to mitigate, how to you solve this issue. And before it basically the previous attack, how to they solve and what is this using this framework path. So this is the they total maintain this regulation and they have tools And when you are studying this project, they have tools how step by step how to you finalize this regulation, how to solve this issue. So they have all tools. Lots of regulation. This is a different world. So GRC regulation is different world. So if you need more this knowledge, so you can browse this NIST cybersecurity framework. So you can read everything. So this activity, so this number will corresponds to an NIST category. So you will develop a question relevant to the NIST category you are assigned. So NIST documentation is provided. You can learn about your category and subcategory. So this is the 1 to 22 category: assessment, management, IDME, business environment, governance, risk assessment, risk management strategies, access control, awareness and training, data structure, information protection process and process procedure, maintenance, protecting technologies, anomalies and event security, continuous monitoring, detection process, response planning, communication, analysis, mitigation, improvement, recovery planning, improvement, and communication. So this is the activity, and you just read this activity, and I'm ready for your interview. First, you 10 minutes, you make your question, and next you asked me question, and then we start this activity. Okay, 10 minutes, just you um, ready for your question, and as a NST framework, you read this instruction, and I'm ready for answer. Okay. আপনারা সবাই কি খুলতে পারছেন এটা? So 11 a.m. we'll back for interview. Hello, you ready for question? Hello? শোনা যাচ্ছে?
জি হারুন ভাই,
হ্যাঁ,
জি
শুনতে
শোনা
পারতেছি।
যাচ্ছে। জি
So you ready for question for interview?
Yeah.
Okay. One by one, একজন হাত তুলেন, raise the hand, and Habib bhai, please. And which number and which subcategory you have question?
Oh, I will say AM6.
Okay.
So my question will be, what are the top cyber risks your company faces?
What is the subcategory?
AM5.
5?
Oh no, 6. AM6.
Okay. What is the subcategory?
That's the AM6. Isn't a subcategory? Number 6.
Yes, they have the. Do you open this Excel sheet?
Yeah, I did. Oh,
NIST framework improvement critical infrastructure sub.
yeah, the subcategory is ID AM-6.
What is this category?
That falls on asset management.
What is the number?
Number 6, subcategory.
The category is 1 and the subcategory I think
Oh.
is 6. Yeah.
So you should understand this is the very important. For the reason I give you this 10 minutes for read this everything. So as a cybersecurity engineer, we are very, very need for understanding how to we manage, how to talk with management. And if you we are not familiar about this type of system, so this is the we are not communicate each other. Okay, carry on.
So my question was, what are the top cyber risks your company faces?
So explain again. You just said what is this category?
Okay. So from category number 1, asset management, subcategory is number 6.
This is not a number 6. This is IDAM6.
IDAM6.
Yeah. Always trying to cybersecurity is we are trying to specific way.
Okay.
Otherwise, nobody understand what you because they have a lots of option, lots of things. So specific you need. Okay, your question.
So from IDAM6, my question is, what are the top cyber risks your company is facing currently?
I don't understand your sound again.
So my question is, currently, what are the top cyber risks your company is facing?
Okay. So this is the you ask your IDAM6 cybersecurity rules and responsibilities for the entire workforce and third-party stakeholders, suppliers, customer partners are established. So your question: how do I maintain or mitigate or solution? Which one?
My will be
Need for specific because they have lots of answers.
so if I understand correctly, so my question has to fall into the subcategory. So my question will be like, what are the risks?
Okay, what are the breach in our company data?
Yeah, what are the risks your company is facing? Does it fall in that category?
Okay, so far I understand your question. So first, what type of you thinking? What type of risks? What type of risks you thinking is your question? They have lots of risks. So what type of risks?
Talking about like personal data risks.
Okay, PII. Okay, first basically as a we are e-auction company. So we have a lots of data for customer who bid a auction. So we have 2-3 server for their all information in 2-3 server we are trying to manage, and then we are trying to manage a load balancing in front of them, and then we are trying to our whole company have basically we have a secondary or thirdary server backup, and then they all trying to all data in specific data in our website, e-auction website. So and then we using this website in SSL. Nobody trying to hacking on breach this is the PII, and then we are trying to very strong password methodologies in our website, and who logging our e-auction website, and then nobody entrance in our main database server. Okay, Shahriar bhai, you okay? Habib bhai? Shahriar,
Okay.
which category and
So
subcategory?
I have a question from category 11, protective technologies, PRPT, and the subcategory is 1, PRPT 1. So the question is for strengthening our cybersecurity posture, how the executive leadership can align with the technical security solutions like audit login.
Again?
Like for the PRPT 1, subcategory
Mhm.
1 for
Mhm.
audits. So how our for strengthening our cybersecurity posture, how the executive leadership are aligning with the technical security solutions like audit logging.
Okay. So this is the 11 protective technology PRPT. This is the category is a technical security solution are managed to ensure the security and resilience of system and assets consistent with relative policies, procedures, and agreement. Number one subcategory, audit log record are determined, documented, implemented, and reviewed in accordance with policies. So they have the two option. We two categories. They have one is government, the stakeholder, main stakeholder, and another is cybersecurity technical group. So audit and log record, we always trying to audit log when they make a log in our technical server. So we just every day or every week when what is this volume? If it is the big volume in our data log, so we make a every day is a backup, and we documentation properly and whole data, and then review by every day. We send this our management all data in log who entered this our company website and who exit from our company website, and how to trying to logging and any DDoS attack in our any company website or company server. Every day we send this log to our management. So basically, audit, they make a audit in technical cybersecurity scenario, they make audit every 3 months. So for this reason, we make a every day or every week internal audit, internal technical audit, everything, and we make a good shape. We manage all log file and send to our governance, our stakeholder. What is this total scenario now in our this company network? So and audit they gave maybe audit company, third party company, maximum audit they make a third party company, so they send this the format and we fill up this every day this format for we how to we record all log file and documentation, and then when after 3 months they will become for audit, we send to all file to this audit company, and audit company trying to mismatch anything in our server and our stakeholder document and our server document and audit company document. So if any mismatch, any problem, they will be again send this audit file, audit format, and then will be fill up.
Thank you. So, Madam, my question was relevant. Like I told the category 11 protected technology, and under that the subcategory 1 audit logging. So the way of my question was all right.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Yeah. Bishwajit, right?
I have a question on, category 13, security continuous monitoring, and subcategory is DCM4. Like, how do you find or detect the malicious code? Is there any tools or technology that you need to use?
So thank you for your question. And this is very important for our cybersecurity total scenario. And then this is the category, his name is 13 and security continuous monitoring. So this information system and assets are monitored at discrete intervals to identify cybersecurity events and verify the effectiveness of protective measure. So and subcategory use asked about the malicious code is detected. So now have lots of tools in our in the our market. So suppose I give you some tool name, then you malicious code. So basically, now we can using this Linux server if our whole network is by Linux, so we can continue trying to install one software. This is the endpoint file scanning software, any malicious code implement by hacker. So this is the one name is Clum Ab, and another name is Rootkit software. This is the Linux. So we install this Rootkit, and then we can install this Maldet software. And lots of third-party software and using these Linux tools. So and then every day our detection engineer, we have this, the department is different. Detection engineer, they make detect this our network whole, analyze this whole network using this Wireshark, and then Wireshark is one tools we can manage. We can see what type of software is coming and what type of activity is coming in our network. So we determined unusual any activity, unusual any network entered in our network and then IP. So we can check our whole server, any malicious code implement in our server. So using these some tools, and also we training malicious code. Many malicious code is running by email. So someone sent this email to our employee. So they entered this link. So this the malicious code is running. So for this reason, we trying to every 2 and every 3 months planning a training how to behave, how to you using this email to our environment, how to you click, how many click in your email to our environment. This is this we planning the detection trying to malicious code in our network.
Yeah, thank you.
Monowara.
Ji, Assalamualaikum. My question to you is from category 13, security continuous monitoring, and then it is from the subcategory DEC and H. So question to you will be, how is your company scans vulnerability, and how often do you run this type of scans, and are there specific tools that you can mention?
Thank you for your question. So your category, your question category is security continuous monitoring, and this is the how to continuous monitor in our network. And subcategory, you said vulnerability scan or perform. Suppose vulnerability where occurs a vulnerability, where happens in vulnerability, we first determine vulnerability have if we have e-auction company, there are the lots of possibilities vulnerability in our website, and also we have lots of vulnerability in our password and user, and also we have vulnerabilities in our database server. So every day in our vulnerability assessment engineer, we have this at one group. Their work is only vulnerability assessment. So they always time to 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and every 1 hour they trying to tools scan vulnerability scan tools and this website, and check this website any code is implement any you know, this is the TD script and injection, any injection, SQL injection, any injection occurs in our website every hours, and every 2 hours they check. So this is the, and then I also share to you vulnerability scan some good website tools.
Thank you.
Prominent some tools, vulnerability scans. Scanner. This is the web application scanner. We just second batch. You also know OWASP categories. OWASP is the JEP tools, and we vulnerability assessment. We also work in feature and burp suits tools. Vulnerability assessment, and also we work we'll work the NITCO and feature, and this is the website vulnerability. And if you have the infrastructure, good infrastructure, then you can using the Nmap, NSE script, Nmap script, and Nessus. We are working this Rapid7 vulnerability assessment. And if you have the using the container, suppose you Dockers using the Docker, so you using vulnerability. We also using the vulnerability Docker socket for check the vulnerabilities. So And this is the type of vulnerabilities if happens. So always our vulnerability assessment engineer, they are trying to according to our network total. What type of network we have? We have this e-auction. So we have this big website. So we using this web application scanner, Bubsuit and Nitco.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Anuj Giri. Yes, Anuj.
Sorry. So my question is from category 20. That's recovery planning, and there is only one subcategory. One, recovery plan is executed during or after an event. So my question is, so how we recover data during some accident that take place? What resources and personnel are involved in the recovery effort? How we make recovery drills or exercise for the test plan? So these are the three questions that are related
Give
with
me only
recovery
one
planning.
question. Give me only
Oh,
one question.
okay. So how we recover data during some accident that took place?
Okay. So this is the question. Thank you for your Anuj. Your question is recovery planning. So recovery planning is very important for our cybersecurity network. So this is the called a recovery process, and procedures are executed and maintained to ensure timely restoration of system or assets affected by cybersecurity events. And subcategory, he said, recovery plan is executed during or often an events. So in a second batch, this is the first batch, third batch you already we are proceed on, but you don't know this is a practical how to recover. But second batch, they know how to recover this data and how to make a backup this data using the tar command and Linux server, maximum Linux server in maximum server in the Linux. So we can make a how to back up the data. So every five minutes we back up the data in our server, and then this is the different disk we using the different disks, and this is the hard disk, and we hard disk is not in our premises. We send this hard disk in suppose our premises is New York City, Manhattan. They send this hard disk or CD in this Queens. If any earthquake, any hacker problem or any disaster problem, so we can easily we can make a again recover this data using the backup plan from backup. Within a 5 minutes, we start again restoration our system. This is the backup.
okay. I want to explain one scenario that recently
sure.
happened in our country. So our whole parliament, everything was fired. So we had a very problem with recovering data. So that's why I asked you this question.
Yeah. So for the reason our planning as a NIST guideline follow, you always trying to data backup 5 minutes every 5 minutes, and this all data is sent to another place, not your place. So for the reason your country have fire, same place you have the recover data or backup data, it maybe happens, and then all is vanish. Am I right?
Yes. Thank you.
Any questions? So we can make a 15 minutes just break. 15 minutes break is good.
Okay.
So now 15 minutes. Now 11:20. We are back at 11:35. Okay.
Ji.
Thank you very much.